no one can actually stop playing right now. And because of that reason, we're obviously not stopping either. So today we're taking on some dungeons, more precisely the level 40 and 50 dungeons before we actually head on with questing where we'll eventually get to Wobbit Island. So starting off, we're doing the Run Cuffer, or the Cuffer dungeon, or sorry, Skeleton dungeon, because we got this dungeon list here from these cool peeps that give us free XP and stuff for doing the normal dungeons. Thanks guys. So yeah, let's waste no time and get on with it. So together with 2 people I recruited, we did the Cuffer dungeon with both the achievements in the end room. I think it's important to mention that for the entirety of this I disregarded the idle score achievements because I obviously have to redo these dungeons 3 times. Some of the low level ones that I can solo I already redid a second time, but at least for the 3rd run I want to have like a 200 score idle combination that I'm gonna use. I'm pretty sure 3 Dynamos or whatever and like 3 Yoshes are good, then they can just run up to you and you only need to do melee damage for it to work. I think something like that works out. But yeah, back to this dungeon. The achievements that were supposed to be done were Nomad and First. So Nomad is usually hard because there's like this poison that takes HP from you for every MP you use, but obviously we were over leveled and I didn't realize how easy that was actually gonna be. But yeah, so we killed the end boss first and we used all our MP every turn. Really wasn't too difficult. The rooms were also extremely easy, like we breezed through them like nothing. We barely lost any HP at all anyway. So yeah, there's definitely not much to say about this. It was just completely destroyed, this dungeon. For the 2nd dungeon I took on the Tofu House, which features the Batofu as a final boss, and this was a very smooth and enjoyable experience. I managed to invite 1 person to do it with. We had slight communication issues because he spoke French and I didn't, but with simple English we were able to get through. The rooms were definitely a little more challenging than before, but nothing big. Like with 2 people still it was really easy. I noticed that my damage isn't the best because my gear isn't mage or whatever, but that's just like, yeah, it wasn't worth my effort. Like in retrospective I can definitely say I didn't have to mage my stuff. It's definitely preference or whatever, but I don't need to have perfect gear for my ego when it's not needed at all, you know? No offense to people who mage their gear, by the way. But the last room was actually very interesting because the achievements were Statue and Versatile. So Statue is supposed to be very hard because the Batofu just runs off, and so does like almost every other mob in that dungeon because they're Tofus. But at some point the Batofu just started running up to us and we basically just killed it in one go. So that was no problem at all, and I can't tell you at all why that worked because I remember before me at some point doing Tofu House, fuck, I keep getting dungeon names wrong, but yeah, I remember getting that dungeon wrong a couple of times, so I'm glad that I was able to get both the achievements out of the way. Versatile is obviously not too hard if you just focus and don't brain lag and use your muscle memory to like use Furia twice or whatever. I'm pretty proud that I didn't fuck that up, honestly. We didn't have to redo any dungeons here because we failed achievements, and I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good achievement. Like, tell me what you want, but to me that's pretty impressive. But yeah, that dungeon was a little annoying because a lot of the enemies had a lot of chance resistance, but the guy I was with was agility, so that was really helpful. The Scar dungeon, once again, level 40 and not too difficult with another person that was equal to my level. This time around, it was kind of weird and awkward because the blue Scar leaves obviously have 100% water resistance, and well, we were both chance, so we had to equip something to kill the blue Scar leaves with. In the first room we actually had to kill the guy with like pushback damage only or whatever. Oh, and right, the other guy had backwash, but like, Jesus Christ, that was hilarious because both 2 chance people being in that dungeon together, it's kind of awkward. But yeah, I mean, the rooms are like just kind of chill, but we also try to look out for, like what I generally try to look out for is to get like a challenge complete against the monsters there, so I can make sure I can get all monster challenge achievements as well, because those are a lot of achievement points stacking up as well over time, of course, and some mats to drop there for free for completing the achievements for the monsters. What is both interesting and cancerous about this very dungeon though is that in the final room you have these 2 stupid achievements, Zombie and Clean Hands. Clean Hands is very obvious, it's just obnoxious because you can't kill enemies with direct damage, so you need to use pushback damage or Nem or just another summon or a trap, which really sucks, you gotta be honest. But what I felt was even more annoying, because that's the only challenge we weren't able to complete here, was the Zombie achievement. And it sounds weird maybe that we were not able to complete it, but the reason for that is that the Black Scar Leaf just rapes not just your MP but you completely, like, not just kidding, but he actually just steals all your MP, and then you're on 0 MP and you can't move 1 cell, and therefore you fail the achievement. It's kinda stupid and annoying, I guess you need to kill him long range before like he's able to get to you or whatever. I'm not quite sure how that goes. I guess I need to like maybe do the zombie achievement and then also do the idle score separately, because I think those may get into the way of each other, but that's okay. But yeah, that wasn't actually too hard other than that, and the blue scarras were obviously a little obnoxious to kill, but other than that, it was a smooth ride, not as smooth as the other dungeons, but definitely still passable. Okay, so first I thought I was gonna finish off all the level 40 dungeons and then, only then, go over to the level 50 dungeons that I do then, because you know, like chronological order, not chronological, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say, like ascending order, that's the word. But no, the other guy was actually doing the same quest line, so we ended up teaming up once again for the next dungeon in that quest line, which was the Blacksmith Dungeon. Because we realized how easy the last one was with the level 41, we thought for sure we can still do the level 50 dungeon without any problems. And we ended up doing that, and it worked out, like we actually were able to do the dungeon. It definitely took some more effort, but like, I don't know, the mobs are just very easy, so like it's one of the easier level 50 dungeons for sure. In the last room we had Nomad and First to do. Nomad we already knew it can't be that hard because everyone and their mom has pushback, you know, like we can easily just walk away. But we didn't know if First was possible, and when we saw the chest in the end run off into a corner, we were like, alright, GG, we gotta just start killing them, because dude, we're taking too much damage, like we're not strong enough to just tank them until the chest comes forth. But then it came forth once again, and we were able to just easily kill it, because apparently our doubts were not justified at all, and we killed it. We got Nomad, we got all the achievements once again. I got level 70 as well, which was pretty damn cool, and we got more and more tokens, more and more achievement points, and I don't know, the dungeons were just going really, really well. Then I had dinner, and next up I did the haunted house, and I believe that was the last level 40 dungeon to do. So here I just went in solo because I was pretty convinced I could do it. The challenges also just were last and hermit, which solo, of course, hermit isn't hard, but I did it with the Astrop Knight, so I just had to avoid ending my turn next to him, and of course kill the boss last, which wasn't too hard either. The mobs are a bit weird, I don't know, like on one mob I could literally heal full because he just didn't attack me in the end, the prepubescent Boostache. But yeah, that was pretty good. I was easily able to solo that fight and progress further, so there's definitely not too much to say there, because there was like no tactic involved either, because yeah, I just had to do these two simple challenges. The last dungeon that I did that day was the Quaqua's Nest. I teamed up with 3 other people from my guild who were currently doing it, and the mobs, you know, they were really pretty chill. I mean, there's not much to do wrong like in this dungeon with 3 other people, obviously. I mean, what may possibly happen? It was pretty straightforward, aside the fact that a lot of us were chants, and then there were chants, Quaquas and whatever. But the last room, my god, the last room with both the challenges is one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life. Probably second thing after the Astrop quests, to be honest. Because the challenges, they were zombie and clean hands. Clean hands we've already talked about. It's fucking stupid. You need to indirectly kill the mobs, etc, etc. It's kind of annoying. But zombie, my god. So the map is pretty big and you spawn far away from the boss, right? And he has like, I don't know, 2k HP or whatever, and he has 75% resistance in every element, and you can only move 1 cell per round, and you already know we all don't really have that much range, right? So basically one person had to try to take care of the Quaqua, and then we had to indirectly kill it in the end and whatever. I could barely do anything the entire fight because I was just like not in range to do anything basically, which was kind of stupid. So needless to say, that was the last dungeon I did for the day before I went to bed, because I couldn't even sleep properly after that one. Just kidding. But yeah, I did go to sleep after that. That was the last one I did that day. But of course I continued afterwards because that was still not the last level 50 dungeon I had to do. So the new day, some stuff happened that wasn't just the dungeon achievements, because for one, I got Eop's Sword as a spell, which was like 50 kk or whatever, and I also got some other spells because my friend that helped me out with this dungeon as well here, the work dungeon, told me what kind of spells to use as like a chance echo flip, because he's one as well. He's a little higher level and he's in my guild, so shoutouts to Artagun for helping me so much with dungeons that day. He was really, really nice about it. And he also just gave me another spell just for free, which I'm like about to equip I think soon, Astral Blade. And yeah, the worker dungeon is really, really simple. Like apparently to activate the achievements you need to be level 50, but actually the dungeon is so simple. Like the achievements are First and Hermit or Olympus or whatever. What was it, Tan? Definitely one of the two. Either way, it was really, really simple and literally not difficult at all. So that was pretty chill. Also, the last dungeon I did, which was the Quaqua's Nest, I also reached level 72, so I was able to put on my Axle, and I was now 11-4, which was pretty cool for the level. Like I was already pretty excited about that, so I think I should have just mentioned that here as well. And yeah, that already wraps up that dungeon pretty much. Like there's literally nothing difficult about this dungeon. It's super easy. So the Larva dungeon, definitely no big deal either, because Artagun helped me out once again, and especially with Eop's Sword that I I just got as well. Like, PVM is so much easy that way, and it's really helpful. So the achievements in this dungeon were Limprist and Versatile. The thing about Versatile again is just like you only fuck it up if you don't pay attention or something and you're just stupid about that. So that was pretty neat. And the other thing is about Limpress, you just need to make sure that you always like have an AP to use Frightening Word on the enemy so you can push him back. So actually so simple, like pretty much no way you can fuck these up really. Like, I don't know, pretty simple dungeon again, just like the Work Cat, especially with Artigun's help. Absolutely no big deal. Needed him anyway to open up the other gate on the other side, because obviously you can't solo this dungeon. But yeah, that was once again very simple, and we're pretty much soon done with all these dungeons now. With the Bullbig Brother, once again I was fortunate enough to join some guildies that were coincidentally doing the same dungeon at the same time as me. So here what we did is that we did the first 4 rooms together, or at least as far as we could, because one of them is only allowing 2 players at once in the fight. And the achievements in the last room were Clean Hands and Hermit, so don't end your turn next to an ally, easy enough. Plus, once again, indirect killing of the enemies, which was kind of annoying, so we split off in teams of 2. 2 of them didn't want to or need the achievement, and the other 2 us did the achievements, which included me in that. So yeah, we got those achievements. It wasn't too hard. The dungeon isn't that hard, honestly. There's like these, I mean, I guess they're plants, so a lot of them are resistant to water, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it kind of worked out in the end. We didn't mess up the challenges. And at this point, we've said most things about these dungeons, because the first ones are definitely simple, and like doing 7 in a row, you kind of realize that there's not much more to say anymore. And finally, we've made it to the actual last dungeon in these level 50 dungeons that I had to do. The Great Correlator, again, the return of Artigun, the guy that just helped me out without wanting anything. Of course, he got the rerun achievements, but he said he would have helped me either way, which was really, really nice of him. But yeah, this dungeon was kind of annoying because some of these, yeah, well, were blue again, which automatically means they're water resistant, or like the correlators, they were also kind of water resistant, I guess. But yeah, we didn't have too much trouble for sure, because like, yeah, we're definitely overpowered for this kind of dungeon, and with 2 people that's pretty easy. Though the achievements for the last room were Tight and Blitzkrieg. Sorry, not Tight. It was the achievement, I don't know its name, but the achievement that makes you have to end next to an enemy at every turn, which was kind of annoying, so we tried to focus on that. And the other one was Blitzkrieg, but because the Great Correlator has 2k HP, we really just couldn't complete that achievement, so I'll have to redo that one as well, because that's just hard to do with that other achievement. So I guess one rerun I'll invite 3 other people to do Blitzkrieg, and then the other rerun I'll just do the idle score. So yeah, other than that, nothing interesting happened. We got through the rooms pretty easily. It just took some time, you know, didn't really have to struggle, didn't have to devise any sort of plan or strategy. But now, with those dungeons finally all being done and dusted, let's go back to the live commentary world. Wow, we're finally back, and in the meantime, I class changed to the Larva. I just think the passive the Larva gives is just more suited for this. Okay, just kidding. Anyway, as you could see there, I did a bunch of dungeons, and where this has left me is at level 77 and 440 tokens. Plus, I have almost 1,500 achievement points already, which is also amazing. So this is definitely going very, very well. Now, today's already Tuesday, so the last time you saw something from me in the last episode was on Sunday. So it's been 2 days already, and I've only been really doing this. But not only that, but I've also been making kamas again. So in my inventory right now, I have 500 kk, but in my cellars, there's a lot more stuff. More notably, in this cellar, we have 1.3 mk, mostly because of the idols that we are selling here. This is basically what I'm doing to make money right now, mainly. The thing just is that idols are so high in demand that crafting them often gives you a lot of profit. For example, I already ran out of dynamos in here again. If we take the dynamo for example, these go for 85 kk, alright? Here, I just recently bought 5 of these for 5 kk. Let's just check real quick if this is 22. Okay, 25 kk plus around 10 for these, even though it's actually less, but let's go with the price here, like 35, 38. I'm just going with some accurate-ish prices. Let's just say 50. So this would be like 50 kk, but actually even less, because the average prices are higher than the actual price. So I spent 50 kk on this, and the actual dynamo is 85 kk, and boom, I just craft that, I sell it, and I get 35 kk just from that. Really easy, just have to put them in the cellar and wait, and that's about it. So yeah, we are getting closer to being able to buy ourselves an APMP Gelano, because the prices are dropping more rapidly and more rapidly. Okay, actually we have 1 MK. We can actually do it now. What the fuck? I didn't expect that. Okay, 1 MK. That's pretty cool. First time we have 1 MK on the server. That is crazy. So let's check out the equipment seller real quick and see what the deal with this Gelano item is that everyone is talking about. Like, what the hell? Alright, Gelano. We got one for 950 KK and the cheapest one for 520 KK. And it seems like crafting it would only be 400 KK. Okay, I just checked here again. The crafting cost is 500 KK, so crafting it doesn't really make a huge difference. So if I understood this correctly, making a Gelano on an MP should be around 200 KK on average, right? Like, oh wow, that is actually only 500 KK. You know what? We're buying that. I'm pretty sure we'll save on this. So we just spent 500 KK on this, and now we're gonna do our best to get an MP on this. Okay, so just to hopefully have enough, or to illustrate it better, we're gonna get 100 runes because they're the cheapest price anyway. That's 190 KK gone, and then we just get a few of these because the AP rune just has to land. So the plan here is that MP runes are just like spammed on this ring, right? Until the MP lands, which is on average 100 because, you know, 1% chance, you would say it's 100% after that, even though it's obviously not accurately. So once that lands, you have a very low chance when you add the AP to drop the MP again. So you basically just spam these runes and then add the AP in hopes of the MP not dropping again. Because if you always add the AP then try to exo it, it's just gonna be way more costly. That's why you try to land the MP and then hopefully you don't drop the MP again. Oh my god. Okay, so let's do this. I'll put these in here. Yeah, I get it. I don't have enough of the item. And then this here. Oh my god, it's a landing, guys. It's a landing. I'm freaking out. Oh, I'm always unlucky. I'm always unlucky. Okay, time to get some more Lumal. Well, 100 weren't enough, but it's hopefully still gonna be cheaper than buying it in the end. So that's gonna be okay, hopefully. Now the difference in price isn't too big anyway, so let me just get... Oh, someone just put in new ones. Let's just buy 50. Oh my god, the lag when I enter. This is insane. Okay, let's give this another try here. Let's see if this is gonna work out better than last time. Come on, I want to save money on... I hope I don't run out of money. That'd be kinda shit, not gonna lie. It'd be a huge loss. Come on, please land. Please land the MP. Dude, please. Oh, okay, land the MP. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, what a rush. Thanks, man. So, let's just wrap this up. We got an AP MP Gelano here. So, this cost us 141 MP runes. Basically, that's like 380 KK or whatever. So, the 500 KK we had before, plus the 380 KK here, plus like 6 KK for the AP runes. So let's say we spent 380 KK on this because the MP runes weren't quite 20 KK and stuff like that per 10. So let's say I spent around 380 KK, right? So that's in total 880 KK. And the cheapest one in the seller was like 900 something. So we still saved a bit. Obviously we weren't as lucky as we could have been because the average should have been like 100. But this worked out in the end. And now we're gonna exchange this ring for this one. And ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. We're 12-5. These stats are amazing for this level. We're level 77, I think. Yeah, we're level 77 with 12-5. This is amazing. Now, while I head over to Belina Thumb to get the next dungeon quest here, because the last one I didn't even pick up yet from the Grotto Husk or the Great Correlator, our further plans are now not to move on with the dungeons, obviously, as I've stated before. Sorry, there was a bit more time in between this involved for me. That's why I feel like I should be explaining this again, even though I probably shouldn't. But yeah, next up, obviously, we're heading over to Pandava. We already had to do that for the Bull Big Brother dungeon, and now it's obviously time to continue these main quests as far as possible. I'm pretty sure we can get to the point where we can start the Dofus quest lines. I'm not quite sure how it is, but I felt like it was just a few quests running around, which I hopefully could finish this evening. And that's the point where we start with the Wabbit Island quest lines, then followed by the Coco, Watchers Dofus, etc, etc. But now, oh fuck, this is still going on. Come on, it's just yada yada, level 87, and with that, oh, that's actually, oh, nice achievement. And with that, let's head on with the Pandava quests. And yeah, I remember correctly, basically the quests I had to do now were a running simulator, So in short, you're gonna be able to see this very nicely while this is sped up. I'll pretty much have to run to every single border, or rather every single Pandalan city or whatever, like to all the 4 nations you could call it, or something like that, you know. I have to go to all of those. I have like 1 or 2 small fights to enter, which are like not hard at all, obviously, and I'm also a little over leveled for them already. And then basically after that you head over to Mariana, and that's where you actually start the Emerald quest line and stuff like that. But I did actually have to go to Wobbit Island for a second as well, so I had to do the quest to get on that island, but I just had to pick up like some basic things. I think you just had to give him some Scarleaf wings, and I already had all of those with me from the Scarleaf monster achievements and from the dungeon itself, obviously. So that was very quick, and then I just talked to someone on the Wobbit Island, and I already have the zap there and everything for the quest line coming up, or rather not the quest line, for the achievements I'm gonna do there that include quest lines. There we go. But yeah, that was already it. I think this only took me like hardly half an hour, so really wasn't too much time passing. But for now, let's wrap this up. Okay guys, it seems like we have completed the last quest here, because the next one is already part of the Emerald Dofus quest line, and we actually got some good Tempokins out of this as well. If we quickly relog here, which hopefully won't take too long. I don't really want to have to, come on, like, I don't want to make this an edit. I just want to like have one concise. There we go. Anyway, yeah, fuck, I clicked on it twice. Alright, I'm very professional. Now we got another scroll. We just got another scroll because we hit 500 Tempokins. So now we got a lot more stats here, which is amazing, obviously. And I'm excited to continue with the Wobbit Island quests. One thing I really want to do very soon is alignment quests, either in Brock or in Bonta. The reason for that being that the early ones are really not that annoying to do, and the quests are worth so much on the server, like it's insane. So that is definitely something I want to do as well. If I need XP in between somewhere or whatever, or just as a filler, I don't know. We definitely need the Wobbit Island quests now though, because the sooner we get the bonus wisdom from the Coward Dofus, the better. That being said guys, I don't know how long this video was, but the progress was pretty good in this one. I'm gonna have next week off. I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on videos about this and actual playing as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you're still excited to grind this one out, to see where I get, to see where you can get, and hopefully complete all of these. Soon we'll already have this infant Grifferus, which not many people have yet, so I'm really excited that we're gonna get this rather sooner or later at this point. Don't forget that actually only a small percentage of people watching this video are subscribed, so chances are if you're seeing this right now that you're not subscribed, you can support me for my efforts for free by subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. I'd appreciate it so much. You can also like the video if you're already subscribed, or if you generally like the video and want me to make more of these. It shows me your support. The support on these videos has generally been amazing, like these videos just go through the roof, so thank you so much for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.